Approximation. Examples of limits of accuracy, part 2. Now, this is a question that I'd like you to attempt. And when you look at the question, you might think, what on earth is all this about? Haven't done anything like this. Examiners are great for phrasing questions in a way that doesn't look familiar. But in fact, you've done everything there. And all you need to do is don't panic and think, I know how to do this, and I just have to work out on a step-by-step basis. Okay, so let's have a look at this question. So the question has three values, A, B, and C. Value for A is 34 centimetres, and 34 centimetres has been measured to the nearest centimetre. The value for B is 11.2, and it's been measured to a limit of accuracy of 1 decimal place. And value C is 200 centimetres, and this has been measured to 1 significant figure. What you need to do in this is work out upper and lower bounds for those values, because the actual question is divided into 4 parts. The first is to calculate the value for the upper bound for A plus B. So the upper bound value for A plus the upper bound value for B. Question 2 is the lower bound value for C minus the lower bound value for B. Question 3 is the lower bound for A multiplied by the lower bound for C. And finally, question 4, the upper bound for B divided by the upper bound for the upper bound for C divided by the upper bound for B. Okay, well, good luck with this. Put it on pause. Have a go. It doesn't matter if you're totally confused. Just have a go trying to work it out. And then press play and we'll work through the answers with you. How did you get on? Hopefully you've you made some sense of this question. As I say, never panic. You know the answers and just give it a go. So let's see how you've got on. So these are the values that you should have had. So if you remember, the upper bound for A was 1 centimetre. Let's get my pen back. So this is 1 centimetre. And all you had to do was to divide that by 2 to give you 0.5 centimetres. So the upper bound for A is 34 plus 0.5 centimetres, which gives you 34.5. The lower bound for A is 34 centimetres minus 0.5, which gives you 33.5. The upper bound, let's just remind ourselves for B. Just trying to fit everything on here. So B was to 1 decimal place. So what's happened here is that this is 1 decimal place. This is the decimal point, and this is the first decimal place. So this has been measured to this level here. Now it says to 1 decimal place. So 1 decimal place is 0.1. And here you have to divide 0.1 by 2, which gives 0.05. So for this value, 11.2, the upper bound, you add this value. So 11.2 plus 0.05 gives you 11.25. And that's this value here. The lower bound is 11.2 minus 0.05, which equals 11.15. Okay, so they're both centimeters. So that gives you this value over here. Now let's have a look at, just trying to move this a little bit, so bear with me. So here, the value C is 2 centimeters, and it's been measured to one significant figure. So you have the value of 200. What is the significant figure here? Well, the significant figure is the 2, of course. So it's been measured to this position, 100. So this is the actual value. It's been measured to one significant figure, and that significant figure is 100. And then all you do is, it's 100 divided by 2, which equals 50. So the upper bound for C is 200 plus 50, which equals 250 centimeters. The lower bound is 200 minus 50, which is 150. And that's where we get this from. So over here, down at the bottom, this is the 250 and this is the 150. So again, if you want to put this on pause and see if you can work these out, if you made a mistake the first time around, try to give this a go. You can put it on pause. I'm going to carry on to explain the other parts of the question. So we've been asked to do some calculations on this. So the first question, so question 1 was A plus B. This is a value for A, as we've seen. Just trying to fit it all on again. And I think this was the upper bound, that's right, the upper bound values. So all we do is we'll get this value here, 34.5, that's this one. Then we get the upper bound for B, which is this value here, which is this one. And it's easy, you just add the two together and this is what you get. With C, where was it? C was the lower bound for C, which is 150, that and that, minus B, the upper bound for B, minus the 2, and this is what you obtain. And question 3 was A multiplied by C. So let's just have a look. So the lower bound for A, so in this case is looking for the lower bound, and the lower bound just comes from here, that's 3.5. And the lower bound for C, which is 150, which is here. And when you multiply the two together, this is what you obtain. And because this is centimeters and this is centimeters, this means that it's centimeters squared. And then for B, for C, for 4 rather, is the upper bound for C, which is 250, divided by the lower bound for B, which is 11.15. And when you multiply when you divide that into that, you obtain 22.42. In fact, the numbers go on and on if you do the calculation, but this is asked to do 2 decimal places, so you truncate it at the second decimal place. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, put them in the comments or contact me.